Well, good afternoon. Father Walter here, and sitting with Karl Meyer, and we're speaking to you on Wednesday, November 29th. So we're 4 days out from Advent. And what we realize as we look at the days ahead is that we have a packed first week of Advent that we want to talk you through. You know, our setup as a university parish means that our Advent season is intense but brief. And so we want to get as much out of it as we possibly can, and particularly drawing everybody together before exams and holiday preparations and travels separate us. So Karl and I are going to talk you through this, and we'll start with this coming Saturday, December the 2nd. A Saturday evening, our young adults in the Frassati Young Adult Fellowship are having their dance in St. Thomas Hall with tickets on sale at the door for $20. And then that brings us to the first Sunday of Advent with two particular initiatives that I'd like to ask Karl to speak to us about. And the first is a musical one. Karl, you're going to be introducing some new music at our Sunday Mass.
Yeah, absolutely. So, Father Walter, one of my favorite things about liturgical music is how it can really help enhance and present the texture and the theme of each season of the church year. And we're entering a brand new season. And so we are going to change the ordinary that you hear at the 9 a.m. Mass that you hopefully don't just hear.
Excuse me. Now, what's an ordinary, Karl? So what's an ordinary?
Absolutely. So the ordinary are those parts of the Mass that we hear every Sunday and that we sing every Sunday. So in this case, what we're talking about is the Kyrie, the Sanctus, and the Agnus Dei.
Because there's no Gloria in Advent.
Correct. Yes. And so at the 9 a.m. Mass, I had the beautiful opportunity this summer of studying for a while in Poland with a couple of our choir members. And we brought back with us a Mass setting, the Mass of the Rosary, that is just brand newly released. It actually just came out to the world in October.
Wonderful.
And it's a gorgeous chant-based Mass setting. It's in Latin. But the actual line of the melody is a relatively easy one to follow. And so we will be singing that at the 9 a.m. Mass through the season of Advent.
Wonderful. Okay.
And I also linked in the email where this video will go out. We'll also have a playlist so that if you'd like to hear it before you arrive at Mass, you will be able to listen to it. And I've been listening to it nonstop myself because I just think the recording is gorgeous.
Wonderful. I look forward to hearing it. I haven't heard it yet myself, so that's great.
Yeah, it's very beautiful. So we can thank our Polish Dominican friends for that one.
Wonderful. And then and the other masses too. I think you're up to something, aren't you?
We sure are because all of the masses are experiencing a change of season. So at the Vigil Mass and at the 5:15 on Sunday, you will hear the Mass of Emmanuel, which was also just released and is based on the Advent song "O Come, Emmanuel." Yeah,
Excellent.
absolutely.
So I'm looking forward to that, to hearing both of those.
Yeah.
And I think you really work at both ends of the experience, because having challenged people to integrate new music in their practice, you intend to reward them
Absolutely.
after Mass. That's so excellent. So I believe there's a new thing coming for the after Mass experience on Sunday morning. And back to Karl.
Yeah. So, well, one of the things that I'm sure we're probably all a little tired of hearing about is inflation. Nobody wants to hear that word anymore. But one of the consequences is that donuts really have become, in many ways, prohibitively expensive and are not necessarily always a good use of the money that you so generously place into our stewardship on a regular basis. But you know me, I'm always about looking for the intersection of need and the beautiful community that can grow from that. And so what we're going to try through the season of Advent, I'm very excited about. We are going to have bakers come in or bake from home and give us freshly baked muffins on Sunday morning for our Sunday morning fellowship with coffee and muffins. And the amount of money that we will be able to save from this is staggering. We'll be able to do amazing things with the money that we've saved But maybe even more importantly than that, this opportunity, it gives people the opportunity to gather in the beautiful kitchen that we have, to have fellowship and just a great time baking muffins so that they're there for the parish.
And you've got all different kinds of people signed up for this these 3 weeks here. Because it's 3 weeks,
it's
3
true.
Sundays, right? So
Yeah.
the first, second, and third Sundays of Advent.
So it really is one of those beautiful opportunities where we had a moment of need as a parish, where we look at the financial resources that you generously give, and we make wise choices. But
great.
also, we're making choices that are going to build community and make connections that didn't exist before.
That's wonderful. And then just the gift of being able to taste something homemade,
Yeah,
homemade by your own group. When
absolutely.
you come to Mass.
Absolutely.
Looking forward to that very much. That's great. So that's our first Sunday of Advent. A lot of things packed into it. And then the next day, which would be Monday, December the 4th, we have Awaken Light, which is really our annual Advent service of lessons and carols.
Yeah.
But you draw on the whole parish, and you want to tell us about the program for that?
Yeah, I sure do. You know, Father Walter, I have looked forward to this program every year for the past several years, and I just think it's a beautiful way for all of us to come together and really put some emphasis on the season of Advent as a distinct season from Christmas. And so what we have with Awaken Light is a journey through Scripture accompanied by song, some of which we invite you to join us in singing, and some of which the choir has very lovingly prepared for several weeks now. And we have musicians from our 9 a.m. choir, some who sing at the 11:30 from the 5:15 on Sunday. We have students participating. It's really a beautiful range of musicians. We have a lovely string quartet that has prepared some gorgeous music as well. And of course, all of that is followed by a reception around a beautiful fire in the courtyard where we'll have a hot chocolate bar and cookies.
That's become a tradition, the hot chocolate bar.
It sure has,
Yeah.
yeah. And a good one, I think, too.
That's great. Okay, wonderful. That's going to be a great introduction to the whole holiday season.
Yeah.
But it's a great way for us all to get together. And I just think it's beautiful to see everybody in the courtyard. And people are going to head off and do last minute papers and get ready for exams. And they're going to have to write exams and grade exams. But it's a chance for us all to be together at that moment.
Absolutely. And it really is a good opportunity for folks of all ages. The program logistically will run just under an hour. And so if you can make it through Mass, you can make it through the program. And I think it'll be exciting for everybody. Many different styles of music.
Terrific. Yeah. And then we're actually not done with the Advent programming, because in the next day, we begin Advent confessions. So the custom in the parish is that we have confessions after the 8 o'clock morning Mass on Tuesdays and Thursdays. We start hearing when Mass ends, and we hear as long as there are penitents. So that's Tuesday and Thursday through the weeks of Advent. And then on the 6th of December, that's Wednesday, we have also the custom of having exposition of the Blessed Sacrament all day. Usually we have exposition on Wednesday afternoons and evening. We add the morning, and we make the special intention of that exposition to be prayer for the students taking exams and for the professors grading them. So please, if you can, sign up for that, just to be part of this common effort of prayer as people at the heart of our parish conclude their semester. And then I think we have one more event to mention, which is the Feast of the Immaculate Conception.
Absolutely.
So that's the beginning Thursday evening into Friday. And just to mention the schedule on that, we have a Vigil Mass on Friday evening. 5:15 will be a Vigil Mass. Excuse me. Let me say that again. Thursday evening, the 7th of December, we'll have a Vigil Mass for the Immaculate Conception. And we'll also have the regular 9 p.m. Mass, the fireside Mass. Both of those will be vigils. And then on the day itself, Friday, December 8th, we have Mass at 8 a.m., 12 noon, and 7 p.m., which should be the solemn Mass. And this means that we do not have a 5:15 p.m. Mass on Friday the 8th. And Karl, can you explain to us why we have the 7 p.m. solemn mass.
Well, yeah, absolutely. The 7 p.m. solemn mass, moving it from 5:15, actually allows some greater participation in the music program
Right.
from the choir, many of whom are coming from work, so that we can have one mass on these solemnities where we have really truly beautiful like full choir kind of music, but we will have music at all of them because a solemnity is worthy of all of our efforts.
That's great. So, but you have to get, for the evening mass, you need to get them out of work and warmed up and being able to.
Absolutely,
So, yeah.
absolutely.
Okay. Terrific.
Yeah.
So it's just a lot going on. Do we leave anything out?
I think that's where we are for this. It's a lot for 1 week.
It is. It is. But it's a great week, and I hope that the experience will confirm everybody in hope. You know, as we celebrate this Advent, there's a lot of shadows over it from the world situation. And so it's important for us to quote Scripture, put on the armor of light, right? To recognize what is within us, placed there by the gift of our baptism, and to carry it, to help us to go forward into this time with the gifts we have received. So, Karl, thank you in advance for everything you're going to do to serve our Advent experience.
It is truly a pleasure.
We're really grateful. And we hope that we'll see you all along the way. Have a great week, and we'll see you beginning Sunday.